Welcome to Fan Counters. My name's Nick.
And I'm Elizabeth.
And Elizabeth is back from her trip to Florida.
Yay.
How'd that go?
It was good.
All right. Well, we're going to talk about our summer vacations in 2 weeks for our Labor Day weekend show. So we'll get into our summer wrap-up and all of that. But, I hadn't seen you since your trip. I know that you were on the show last week, but that was pre-taped and all of that. But I did see you yesterday by accident. I ran into you at the movie theater.
Yes.
Because Tuesdays are movie days here.
It is movie day, and in the summer I do try to take the kids to kid-friendly ones.
Yeah, so I was going with the girls and one of their friends and parent, and so I walk in the lobby and look who's getting her tickets.
There I am.
We were seeing Hotel Transylvania 3.
Yeah, I loved it.
I liked it. I hadn't seen either of the other two, so I had no idea what I was walking into.
Yeah, it's a franchise I like. As a matter of fact, they've just started a TV show on it, and I'm like, maybe I'll watch. I don't know. But it's a cute little story. What you missed in the first part was why he built the hotel in the first place, and the second movie was really about his daughter falling in love with a human. She's of course a vampire.
Right, and she's got a kid now with this human.
Right, and that happened in the second one.
Okay. Well, yeah, so it was all right, especially because I'm not really into the whole animated things. Like we watched The Incredibles. What is it? 3?
2.
2. And I was just like, whatever.
Oh, see, we liked it. We thought it was good.
It was fine. It was fine. And then you did a double feature with your kids, which I think is shocking because then you sat through another movie. How did your kids react to being through 2 movies in a day?
They're really quite good. Remember, mine are 12 and 9.
Right.
And so, ironically, we ended up in the exact same theater in the exact same seats. So we could have just stayed there and never moved. We got up after the movie ended, and we went out to the lobby and we ordered pizza.
Okay.
And then we, just about the time we finished eating the pizza, it was time for the second movie. Now, the second movie I chose was really not kid appropriate.
What did you choose?
I chose 3 Identical Strangers.
Okay.
Now, I gave the children the option because at the same time, Go Teen Titans or something was an option.
Okay.
And so I said, I will either put you in this movie or you can sit through the one with me. And they both opted to sit through the one with me. And consequently, both of them fell asleep in the movie.
Oh. Well, then it wasn't bad at all. Before we continue, I must remind you to subscribe to our new Twitter and Instagram pages, and you can do that at Fan Counters Live. Also, don't forget to join our huge Facebook community by searching Fan Counters on Facebook. And if you want to make sure you see all of our posts, make sure you set your notifications to include us first. Finally, if you want to send us a comment about the show or suggest a guest you want to hear, you can do that by emailing hello@fancounters.com. So let's go to our guest for today.
Yeah.
All right. Our guest today is best known for her appearance on Dance Moms in Season 4 and a brief stint in Season 5. She was brought on the show to challenge Nia and came from the same studio in Arizona where Kalani also danced.
Since her appearance on the show, her career opportunities have been abundant, and she is currently starring on the digital network BRAT's original series, Boss Cheer.
We're going to try something new today.
Yes.
We're going to start a game with our guests.
Okay.
If they are so willing to play. So I have devised the game, and I will tell you all about it at the end of the show when I play with Sarah.
Okay. Looking forward to it.
Okay.
Coming to you from nowhere near the entertainment capital of the world, this is Fan Counters with Nick and Elizabeth on the PodFix network.
There was this mob of people, and they're screaming my name.
Crazy fans.
Stop following me. Don't come around my house. If you do, the cops are going to be at yours.
If I'm having dinner with my wife, don't sit down at my table. Don't follow me into the bathroom.
I continually will get stopped.
Can I take a picture? We're going to, oh my God.
I think this guy wants to fight me. Ended up being a fan.
I'm the only one that's ever been on Sam Jackson and lived to tell about it.
That's why we call it Fan Counters.
I don't think you're going to last on the air very long.
So Sarah Reasons, welcome to the show. We're happy to have you. Welcome to Fan Counters.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be on.
You bet. Now, it seems like since you left Dance Moms, your career has really been on the rise. And before starring on the show, you'd pretty much taken dance very seriously, dancing since the age of 2. So I'm wondering, was there a moment that you remember making a conscious decision that dance was a passion that you wanted to keep pursuing?
I don't really think there was ever a moment. I started dancing when I was 2, so it's always been engraved in me. So I think just from the very beginning, I just knew that this is what I wanted to do. I've never taken a break. I've never done any other sports, and I think that this is just always, I just knew that this is what I've always wanted to do.
Well, you're such a captivating performer. Were you always comfortable on stage, or was that something that you had to learn?
Oh, no, I was definitely not always comfortable on stage. It was something that I had to learn. For a long time, I was really nervous to perform on stage, and I think maybe only a few years ago, I started just getting more comfortable with performing in front of audiences. I think just from doing it so much, I just realized this is my lifestyle. I have to get used to this now.
So dancing for Abby Lee Miller is a high-pressure situation, to say the least. We've had other choreographers and dancers on the show from that experience. So what was it like dancing for Abby in contrast to dancing for coaches back in Arizona?
Dancing for Abby is a little bit different because you always want to impress her because, you're on a TV show, you want to look good. So I think that, I felt more under pressure in that situation, and TV's watching you, you have to make sure you look good from every angle, and you don't want to get yelled at by Abby on TV, so you have to make sure you look really good on stage.
How did you end up getting involved in Dance Moms? Did you apply to be on the show, or were you recruited by someone?
Abby Lee posted an Instagram post and was like, hey, come audition for the show. And I was like, Mom, I really want to do this. She was like, are you serious? Do you want me to go on national TV for you? I was like, yeah. So we flew to Atlanta, Georgia, and we auditioned for the show. And I think they narrowed it down to 10 people out of hundreds, and they picked me. I was the only one from Atlanta. They had one in Florida and New York, too. And I was the only one from Atlanta who made it on the show.
Now, was your mom also auditioned for the show?
Yes, she was actually. No dancing, obviously, but She was interviewed. And I was with her in the interview, and then they kicked me out, and they talked about some stuff, and it was really fun.
Did you and your mom talk about ahead of time what it was really like to actually be on the show and what you were going to experience? I mean, it was by season 4. It was no secret what you were about to get into. Was that ever a concern for both of you?
I don't think it was, because we didn't really know what we were walking into. Both of us have never been on TV before, so we weren't really sure what to expect. I don't think either of us really knew what to expect, so we didn't really have anything to talk about when we first came on the show. Then after, we kind of got the hang of things, and it got a little bit easier as the seasons went on.
So you hadn't seen the show prior to it?
No, I had seen the show. It is actually so different from what you see on TV that I did not know what to expect going into it at first. But yes, I did. I have watched the show. I was a fan of the show for a long time.
Because that's always my question. We've asked other reality people, you knew going in that this, your whole world was going to be exposed.
Yeah.
And then we go, then why do you still do it?
I just feel like this is something that I always wanted to do. I knew that I wanted to be on TV. I wanted to get myself out there. I knew that this is something that I was made for, so that's why. Okay.
Now, did you completely change your location? You moved to Pittsburgh? Because the show was still in Pennsylvania at that point, right?
No, they actually put us up in a hotel, so I didn't have to move.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I just always assumed that.
That you pack up and go there.
Right.
Yeah, that would have been easier than living in a hotel, but no.
Kristen McQuaid was on the show a few weeks ago, and she had talked about how some things are really built up for the camera. So talk about your experiences with what your situations were. How true to life was the show based on what was really going on versus how it was portrayed on television?
There are some parts of the show, with me specifically, that the drama was 100% real. And that I think that startled me at first, because I wasn't expecting grown adults to come after me. So that was kind of scary at first. But then there were some things that I realized after a while that I was like, this is not real. And I was like, oh, okay, I understand that some things I can control, and then some things I'm like, oh, well, I can't really, this is out of my hands.
Now, do those moms afterwards, adults coming after kids, that never seems okay. Do they come after you afterwards, that when the cameras stop rolling and kind of say, well, do they calm the situation down?
No, not really. They kind of just separate us and be like, yeah, go deal with yourself.
Oh, nice.
Man.
It's just hostile all over the place. So
Yeah, it was crazy.
now you became friends with Chloe and her mom, Christy. Did we read that you even shared a home with them?
Yes, we did share an apartment in LA for about 2 years. And it was really fun. We have so many amazing memories hanging out at the apartment. It was so fun.
So what other girls do you consider yourself to be good friends with still?
I'm still good friends with all of them. I'm really good friends with all the people who I dance with on my team, Ava, Tia, Jade. I still keep in contact with all of them. I was actually with Ava last weekend.
Okay.
Nice. So you were brought on Dance Moms to challenge Nia, which couldn't have set well with her. Was the drama all for television, or are you guys friends now?
Oh, no, we're friends. I text Nia all the time. That stuff, I think we both understand that's just for the TV,
Definitely.
not real drama.
Okay. And you've also mentioned to viewers that they only see a portion of what goes on behind the scenes. Are there moments that you felt happened that should have aired?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I had so many, funny interviews and, crazy things that happened that I was like, oh, they'll for sure put that in, and they didn't. So I was really surprised about that.
Okay. I have one last question about Dance Moms, and then we're going to move on to something more fun to talk about, your current project. But, Abby Lee Miller has had some troubles lately dealing with a jail sentence and now cancer. Reports from just a few weeks ago say that she's confined to a wheelchair and can't move her legs. Does your mom or even any of the other moms have contact with Abby anymore?
Yes, we all have contact with Abby. We all wish her the best. There's such an unfortunate thing that's happened. Sending love and prayers her way so that she can get better.
We hope so, too. All right, let's talk about something fun.
Yeah, so let's move on to your current project on BRAT Digital Network. You play Charlotte on Boss Cheer. So tell us about that show.
Boss Cheer is a cheer show on BRAT's network. It's super fun. My character, Charlotte, she's the head cheerleader. She's a little bit bossy, kind of mean, always likes to get her way. But she does have a vulnerable side that we will see soon, so it's really fun. I love playing Charlotte, and I love the whole cast. Everyone's so great.
And I don't know, because I forgot to look this part up. Are there other Dance Mom girls on that show, or is it just you?
Nope. Actually, Eliana Walmsley is on one episode. She plays Sophie Dossie's character's little sister, but she just makes a little cameo in it. I'm the only main character that's from Dance Moms.
Okay. And what was the audition like for you for that show? What did you have to go through to get the part?
I actually didn't audition. It was a direct book. They emailed me a Sunday night, and they're like, hey, you booked this, fly out here tomorrow, and you start filming for 3 weeks. And I was like, okay. So I packed everything up that night, and I went to California.
From Arizona, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So the show is just 2 episodes in. How
Probably
many?
more now that we're further along.
I'm sorry.
It's about 6 episodes in.
And how many are planned?
There are 8 in this first season.
Okay.
Okay. And what's the release schedule like for viewers who want to catch the show regularly?
The show, it comes out every Thursday at 3 Pacific Standard Time.
Okay. Now, the BRAT Network on YouTube has 1.8 million subscribers, and you can be one of them.
Yep.
And the best part is their content's free. So, Sarah, dance has provided you some amazing opportunities. What advice do you give dancers who work hard in their studio in their respective town every week and are craving the chance that you've had to be in the spotlight? What would you tell them to keep them motivated?
I would tell them to never give up. You will get told so many no's in your life, not even in dance, just in general. And I would say to never give up on your dreams. If you know that this is 100% what you want, to never give up.
Excellent.
Okay, so you're working with some amazingly talented people on Boss Cheer. And one of those young ladies is Sophie Dossie, who amazed everyone as a golden buzzer teenager aerial act on America's Got Talent.
The promo for Boss Cheer Sophie answers her cell phone with her feet over her head, which is crazy because she's like a contortionist. So what is it like working with Sophie?
Oh, it's so fun working with Sophie. I will be in between takes, and I see her just doing handstands or doing some crazy thing, and we're all like, oh, well, that's Sophie. She's just doing her thing over there. It's really fun to see all the crazy things she can do.
Is she surprised that this show has come up and she was on America's Got Talent, did not win, but that she's been booking other things? What's her perspective on her success like? Do you know?
I think she's just like me, also really grateful for every single opportunity she's given. She's super humble. She's really hardworking, and I think she's really grateful for this opportunity and every single one she gets.
Now, did you also appear on America's Got Talent? We thought we found that somewhere.
Yes, I did. For me and my team, Complexity, we did one episode. We were just auditioning, and we did not make it, but it was a really cool act. It was super difficult. It wasn't dance. It was more like acrobat, building. I don't even know how to explain it.
Were you waiting in line to audition? Like, did you guys have to sit and wait, or were you given a special audition so you didn't have to wait in line?
No, we had a special audition, so we didn't have to wait in line.
I've heard about that. They will fast track people, so the line that you see is not necessarily everybody.
All right, then.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So now you have experience in a reality TV show and a scripted show, but you also appeared in the Walk the Moon video for their song Work This Body. So how did that filming experience differ from Dance Moms and Boss Cheer?
A music video is really fast-paced. You're always doing something. And this music video especially was so fun. This is probably one of the most craziest experience I've ever had, because at the end of the shoot, we did a food fight. So they put food coloring and mashed potatoes and orange juice, and we got to throw it at each other. And there was paint and everything. And I seriously, it was the most fun thing I've ever done. It was so fun.
Super fun.
Were you skeptical to do that at first?
Yeah, I was super skeptical. I was like, what if it gets in my mouth or something? That's gross. Everyone's hands have been on it. So I was always covering my face, but it was so fun. And people were slipping, and I was like, what if I slip and fall?
Oh, that's cute. So you're homeschooled, correct?
No, I'm not homeschooled. I go to school in Arizona. I'm going into my senior year, so I'll graduate this coming year.
Oh, how exciting.
So what plans do you have after graduation?
I want to pursue acting, move to LA, keep going on my dance career, acting career, and college, definitely.
So talk to us a little bit about, enlighten our imagination about what your life has been like dealing with being on these shows, going back and forth to LA, being at school in Arizona. What's your life balance been like? How crazy has it been?
I definitely stay busy, that's for sure. It has been super fast-paced, and sometimes it gets really stressful. This summer was one of the busiest summers I've ever had, but I always remember I'm this is going to pay off. This has been paying off. So I always keep that in my mind whenever things get super busy. And yeah, I think it really helps.
So what's a typical week like for you?
Typical week, I go to school from 7 to 2:30. I have POM, which is my dance team at school. From 2:45 to 4, I have dance at night. And usually about once a week, I fly to LA for something I have to do. If it's carpet, interview, something.
Arizona's already back in school, are you not?
Yep, we've been in school for a week already. This will be going the second week.
Okay.
And your dance team had a pretty good year last year, didn't they?
Yeah, we won our state championship, which is a big deal because it was our first year ever. So that was really crazy.
Now, the hook of our show lies in our guests talking about their encounters with fans. So we would love to hear some of your fan experiences. Maybe they're fun or weird or even creepy. What memorable fan encounters have you had?
One time this is funny. One time I was in a dressing room, and I was in competition. I was changing, and some fans come up to me and they're like, "Hey, can we have a picture right now?" And I was like, well, I'm kind of in the middle of getting dressed, and they're like, "Oh yeah, of course." And I just thought that was so weird that they asked for a picture right in the middle of me changing.
I'm naked here, people.
Yeah, give me a second.
Have you ever been starstruck?
Oh, one time I was at, what was it? I think it was at ABC Studios, and I walked past Ryan Gosling, and I literally, I lost my breath. I couldn't say anything, and I was like, oh my God. I didn't even, I couldn't move. I just, stared at him. So yeah, I have been starstruck before.
Well, and I think it's so weird to see some of these people in a random setting, grocery store, or even if you're on a lot somewhere, a studio lot, and you see them. It's just kind of weird to be like, oh wow, you're a real person. You're not just on screen.
Yeah, you see them on TV, and you're like, oh my God, and you see them in real life, and it's like, wait, what? You're real? You look like this. What?
What was the reaction like from your friends, even when you started booking television?
All my friends are super supportive. I love all of them so much. They kind of poke fun. They're like, oh, fans want pictures and stuff like that. And But they're all super supportive of me and my lifestyle, and I love all of them so much.
Do you get people at school asking you for pictures and random kids coming up to you and having weird experiences?
Yeah, I get that sometimes. I get things on Instagram like, hey, I see you in the hallways. You're so pretty and stuff like that.
Well, we do a lot of research to come up with content for this show. And I read one of the craziest pieces of gossip about you from 2015. Do you mind if I confirm or have you deny this?
Yeah.
All right. It says, in 2015, a man in a truck fired a gun towards a group of kids that included you and your sister, Sophia, outside a fast food restaurant. So did this happen, or is this just internet gossip?
Nope, that actually happened. I was in Glendale, Arizona at a dance competition, and I was actually with one of my former Dance Moms co-stars, Tia and Bryn Follow, who's also on Dance Moms, and we were walking back from a fast food restaurant, and some man in a truck fired his gun at us, and we all got super scared and started running. The cops showed up, and we were like freaking out. It was so scary.
Did they catch the guy?
I don't think they did. I actually don't know. I didn't go back outside after that. I was so scared.
That's awful.
Yeah, it was really scary.
Unbelievable. Huh. So then the bullet didn't hit anything, I would hope. I mean, not people or anything.
No.
Okay.
We're all safe. None of us got hit.
Wow. So we've talked about some amazing opportunities that dance has given you, but you haven't mentioned travel. So is traveling and exploring new places something that you enjoy to do, or have you kind of grown tired of it?
Oh, 100%. I never get tired of traveling. I've been to almost every state out of the country several times. My dad is a pilot for Southwest, so I think it's just, one of those things where it's like traveling comes with the lifestyle that I have, and I never get sick of it. I always love going to see new places and being a tourist sometimes.
So what's your favorite place to visit?
My favorite place, I have a few. I love the Caribbean. I mean, who doesn't? I love New York. London was so pretty. I love London. California, obviously, but I live there. Paris. Those are probably some of my favorites that I've been to.
And what about your least favorite?
Oh, least favorite? I think, where was that? Oh, no, I like that. I'm trying to think of places. Pittsburgh is kind of boring, honestly. There wasn't a lot to do there.
Okay.
And it was
I'm
cold
with you.
when I went. Like when we were filming, it was super cold, and I'm not used to that. So I actually had to go out and buy a coat, so I don't own one.
Oh.
Oh, you poor West Coast people.
We live in Wisconsin.
Yeah,
Don't even
I
start.
used to take off the shorts year round.
Oh, that's funny. Do you have a worst vacation story ever? Like, have you ever had a really bad vacation?
I mean, there's always, things always happen when you're traveling, but I don't think anything disastrous has ever happened to me. Knock on wood. I hope that never happens to me. I don't think so.
Well, that's a good thing.
Which is surprising considering how much I fly.
Right. Well, and with your dad being a pilot, that's quite convenient for having trying to get an acting career off the ground and needing to go
for
places.
Sure, definitely.
So you said New York was one of your favorite destinations. We're headed there, me and my kids and my wife, in November. We're going to go see the Macy's parade. But are there some must-see places and things to do in New York City or restaurants to go to that you say don't miss?
Let's see. Rockefeller Center. There's this really cool restaurant called Black Tap, and they have these crazy milkshakes, and they put giant pieces of cheesecake on top of them. That place is pretty cool.
That sounds good.
Juniors. Oh, the Stardust Diner. I like that place. That place is fun.
Now, and I've heard about this Stardust Diner. It's like a singing thing, right? Or what do they do there?
Yeah, the waiters sing to you. When they serve you food, they will sing songs to you. It's actually really fun.
Okay, that's on my list. I'd heard that from somebody else. So
Yeah, definitely go there.
Do you see any plays when you go to New York?
Yeah, just about every time we go there, except I go there, but not that often. So every time we always like to do the tourist things, like see plays and stuff like that.
Have you seen anything that you would tell Nick to take the 6-year-olds to?
Cinderella, that was my favorite one. That one was so cool.
So let's talk a little bit about social media. Are you active on your social media channels?
I am active, yes.
And what platforms can fans reach you on the most?
You can reach me on Instagram, Sarah.Reasons, and Twitter, _Sarah_May.
So have people been kind to you on social media, or do you have some haters that found your pages and caused some trouble?
For the most part, everyone is super nice. I like to keep my social media super positive because from, being on TV, being on Dance Moms, I get a lot of young girl followers. So I always like to keep my posts positive and appropriate and really be a good role model for them. But obviously, with any exposure comes hate. And so I think I've gotten used to that, but I always like to shut it down from the start and make sure I don't tolerate that on my page. And I think that's something a lot of people should do.
Is your mom involved in monitoring your page as well, or are you pretty much able to do that yourself?
Oh yeah, she monitors my page all the time. She has that hooked up to her phone. She's always on my social media, making sure everything's clean, making sure no inappropriate comments, making sure I post. She's always on me about posting every day.
That's good.
Couple quick questions about regular teenage things. Are you driving?
Uh-huh. I am driving, yes.
What's that experience like for you in Arizona? It's probably have you driven in LA versus Arizona, or?
Oh no, I'm terrified to drive in LA. Driving, I'm kind of rough, so I just stick to Arizona driving. I'll take Uber. I'll let the professionals do it in LA. But I drive a super fun car. I drive a 2010 convertible Mustang. So me and my friends, everyone's like, "Oh, we want to drive Sarah's car. Drive with the top down." I'm like, "You sure you want to drive with me?" I'm kind of scary sometimes.
That's awesome. Was that your first car?
Yeah, I'm super grateful for this car. It's super cool. I try to be really careful with it. My mom's like, "You better not crash your car," because it's so nice, and I'm super grateful that I do am blessed with opportunities.
We're very sorry to hear that school started already. But did you have some good summer adventures or anything noteworthy?
This summer I danced a lot. I acted a lot. I hung out with friends, went swimming. Vegas, California, Hawaii. That was super fun. That was probably my favorite part of the summer. I did a dance convention there, and then we stayed a few days after, and I just hung out by the beach. It was super fun. That's
pretty cool. So dance is taking you even still more places.
Yeah.
Now, Elizabeth doesn't know this yet, but I have a game that I would like to play. I'm going to try and play with all the guests, and I'm going to time it to see who can get the best time answering 30 favorites. So I'm going to name 30 things and just name your favorite from each one. We're going to time it, and we're going to start timing all of our guests to see who can do it the fastest. So, but you're the first, so you're going to win. So this is a no-lose situation.
Yeah. But you win nothing.
That's true. All right, so you ready, Sarah?
Yes.
All right, here's your 30 favorites. Movie.
Top Gun.
Book.
Harry Potter.
Color.
Pink.
Actor.
Tom Cruise.
Superhero.
Spider-Man.
Fruit.
French fries.
Vegetable.
Oh, you said fruit.
We did say fruit.
I said food.
All right, what's your favorite vegetable?
Broccoli.
Ice cream.
Vanilla.
TV show.
Oh, Friends.
Candy.
Hershey's.
Restaurant.
Chick-fil-A.
Article of clothing.
Shoes.
Music artist.
Oh. Justin Bieber.
Board game.
Clue.
Sport.
Baseball.
School subject.
English.
Car.
Mustang.
State.
California.
City.
Los Angeles.
Drink.
Dr. Pepper.
Number.
5.
Cereal.
Fruit Loops.
Store.
Urban Outfitters.
Cartoon.
SpongeBob.
Season. What's your favorite season?
Like
Summer.
like Arizona has any other than summer.
Yeah, it's just hot year round.
All right. What's your favorite cookie?
Chocolate chip.
Chips?
Salt and vinegar.
Favorite day of the week?
Saturday.
All right, we got 1:57.
Ah, nice.
Now, are you sad Justin Bieber is engaged? Is this breaking your heart?
Yes, I am so sad. I'm just sad that it's not me. You know?
It's not going to last. It's just
yeah,
not.
Hopefully.
It's
then
just
I can
not.
just squeeze in there.
All right, so you've got Boss Cheer going on right now on YouTube. What else do you have? Do you have anything else coming up that you want to promote?
Not currently. Hopefully, after this season will air, we'll get season 2 going, and that will be super fun. I'm super excited for that. There's always new things coming for me, and I'm super excited and blessed with these opportunities. So, yeah.
All right, and give a shout out to those social media handles one more time so we can find you.
Instagram is Sarah, SARH.reasons. Twitter is _Sarah_May, M-A-E, and Snapchat is Sarah_May03.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Sarah, for joining us on this episode.
Thank you for having me. It was so fun.
Our thanks to Sarah Reasons for being on the show this week. We really enjoyed hearing her stories of her experiences on Dance Moms and Boss Cheer, and we've got another great show for you next week. So if you haven't done it already, make sure you subscribe to Fan Counters on your favorite podcasting platform. If you'd like to communicate with us, we are on social media. Twitter and Instagram, we're at Fan Counters Live. You can search Facebook, that's our main community, and you'll find all of our 30,000 plus followers there, and the best updates get posted on Facebook. So when you subscribe to our Facebook page, also make sure you do notifications that you'll see our posts first, that we'll never miss anything that we've got coming up. And if you'd like to email us, you can reach us at hello@fancounters.com. So until next week, when we've got another awesome guest, Guava Juice, Roy Fabito, is going to be here on Fan Counters to tell us about his amazing YouTube channel and his endeavor, which has got products now coming into Target. Exciting stuff happening next week on Fan Counters. Don't miss it.
This was a podcast from the PodFix Network. You can check out more shows like it at podfixnetwork.com.